Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Mobius Front 83, where we have here the TIS 330 that I missed in the last episode on account of just being eager to get out of the level. And I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do this one. I haven't really tried to work it yet, but it seems more difficult. Because right here we have almost an exact inversion of the thing that we're looking for. If we were to union these two things, we would have exactly the opposite of what we want. So how are we going to turn that into... Okay, let's see here. If we... Let's say we did put them together. And then... We have a method of shifting things up and down. Or pulling just certain lines through. Okay, what happens if we split this? Push that line up. I'm probably adding extra steps here, but I'm just sort of like working through it out loud. And then we just take the top line there, and then we push down here. No, wait, that's not how I want to do it. I want to push up and also push down. And then... You can probably sort of see where I'm going here, but this is not quite it, is it? I mean, it's really sloppy, but... And by sloppy, I just mean it's a lot of moving parts. But if we drag this whole mess over here... Okay, that still produces the same result. And then we want to, make a union of these two. This is not the way you were supposed to do this. Right? That's the answer. This is going to be a bad histogram, but it does create the pattern. Operations proceeding normally despite poor visibility. Command thinks you can stump them pretty good, so have fun with that. Randy out. You know what I like is how informal this other American military force is. So yeah, most people did this in approximately 6 modules, 6 spaces filled. I did it poorly. More poorly than that. But listen, it's done, isn't it? This is like part of what's magical about the Zachtronics programming puzzle games is that, like any programming puzzle, there's not a solution. There's a large variety of solutions. And you get to sort of like come up with a solution that makes sense to you aesthetically. This one matches the way I think about the problem, even if it's maybe not the best or tightest machine. Okay. So we didn't really learn anything there. That was not actually very helpful. Let us explore now the strange world that lies beyond the Dark Zone. Or within the Dark Zone, potentially? Okay, I mean, it looks familiar in many ways. Obviously, the roads are having a little bit of a problem, and also, for some reason, this lake is filled with fruit punch. So I get 15 deployments, and we assume that they have a ton of stuff all over the map, probably. So we're allowed to bring 2 tanks. We're bringing 2 tanks. Do I want to separate my tanks? Oh, hey. Howdy. How you doing over there? Well, that guy cannot defeat a tank. His gun cannot penetrate tank armor, even on a maximum roll. I think I am going to separate the tanks. Then we're going to bring in at least 1 observation helicopter. I'm fairly sure we want that. Gonna be a little careful how we place it, though. And then, like, I'm gonna want some guys, probably. Guys can be very helpful. And 6 more points if I also want a helicopter. Well, we probably want even more guys than this. And then I did end up liking the mortar teams. The mortar teams are they're a little hard to apply, but they give you some options you would not otherwise have, even if they can't kill vehicles. I am noticing that we are not allowed to have aircraft even... Well, I guess there is no second deployment phase. I was going to say even during the second deploy. We'll bring one of these. Unlikely that it will matter is my guess, but we'll bring one. We'll bring two. And then also one observation helicopter, which we will bring this far forward. Get real vision of this area. Okay. Interesting decision making. Well, I guess let's deploy the rifle team here, and then take the shot. That's interesting, too. So we don't have any jeeps that can roll and fire, but we do have these things. That's a shame. I just barely can't cap. Well, I'll do this. We have 2 firing range, so he now has to respond to that movement. We can get a pretty good firing angle from here. Like, this isn't bad if we need to set up there, but obviously I'd prefer not to. And then... let's see, if we roll the Jeep through first, I'm sure it will get destroyed. I'm gonna, I should not have deployed these guys here. I should have deployed them there. Well, I guess it's not going to matter in the long run anyway. But I am going to go ahead and disembark this anti-tank team here. He would have to roll maximum damage to kill our ATV or our APC in a single hit. And I think that it happens more often than I would like, you know? Okay, we got one of those. That's not a big deal. You can't really roll through to anywhere that you're safe. I guess you do this. Do we want to keep it over here for the moment, or do we want to try to sweep around? I'm going to keep it over. We have a lot of firepower over here already. And you just move forward and have a look around. Okay. Well, that's not great information for me. Okay, pretty lucky. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. Come on, roll 2. No such luck. You move forward, you move forward. No kill there is really rough. Alright, I'm gonna have this guy roll up so that we can deploy you here and then drive the tank forward and get a shot in. Alright, so we've got this. These guys don't actually have any weapons that can damage the helicopter, but I'm definitely nervous about driving the helicopter through there and ending up getting hit by the anti-air gun, which we don't know where it went. It could really be anywhere at the moment. I think I'm just gonna... Well, I'm not really giving anybody any vision here, though, because we have a Jeep right next to this. Where could I move to that would be more useful? But also where I'm confident I'm not going to get immediately shot down. That's a tough call, man. I'm going to edge forward just a little bit. I'm kind of just looking for that, what's it called? The duster. Okay, they got an artillery unit. Wow. Well, that's definitely definitely pretty harsh for us. I'm just going to deploy these guys. They're going to grab that control point. The rest of us have places to be. So that's really, really bad. Yeah, the fact that that thing just rolled up and annihilated... There are barely words for how bad that is for us in the long term. It just rolled up and annihilated an anti-tank jeep and a tank at the same time. Because never don't roll maximum damage. Like, moving forward into this thing feels exceedingly dangerous. I think what I'm going to do instead is move out of its reach with everybody. But it's just going to roll forward and kill something because of course it is. But I would have to roll maximum damage to kill it, and then it's going to... Yeah, it's going to punish me for attacking. So I guess I just move you up. You have 2 range. So okay, we are going to get shot a little bit. Yeah, you sort of can't go anywhere, huh? So you can move to here. This is very, very bad. This is, like, hugely bad. Them rolling maximum damage and max or nearly on another attack too on that turn really, really hurt us. Oh, they've got multiple artillery units. And again, maximum damage. Alright, well, at least we returned fire similarly, which we desperately needed. I'm a little surprised that this thing didn't shoot these guys. It totally can. They're not camouflaged or anything. Weird. Well, oh no, it totally did. I'm so focused on stuff over here, I didn't even notice that it absolutely did do that. So you guys are probably not actually in a position that's useful. Same with you. I guess here, let's do this. I'll just load you up, we'll keep rolling forward. I'm gonna do the same thing here. We may as well take the easy shots while we got them. So we have no idea where that duster is, which makes me pretty nervous if I'm being honest. This Jeep is definitely dead. Yeah, I can't get it to... Oh no, actually, on a road I can maybe get it to safety. I'm gonna deploy these guys first. Yeah, I'm gonna deploy them to here. Just in case I move up here and it turns out this is not a safe position. Okay, safe enough. That's not bad. You should probably move at least a little bit. So our tank can't move. I mean, we might already be dead. I don't know how we're going to do this with no tanks. With them guaranteed to get more units and us guaranteed not to get more units. Alright, so you guys trivially cap that. You gotta move up. Of course, we can always make it to just barely a place where we can't see shit. mean, this is a terrible move. I guess I just stop here and grab this. You will never get to do anything again. I mean, I guess that control point's probably pretty well guarded for the rest of the run. Okay, so it is just guys. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. I just didn't even move the Jeep. It doesn't matter. Moving that Jeep couldn't possibly have yielded anything, because it was just going to get over here and die, but I still should have moved it. What is my plan for dealing with this thing? It's probably just this. It's not a very fancy plan. And of course, tank superiority, which I have been robbed of. That was the other half of the plan. I mean, if I deploy these guys here, they're dead, right? They'll get machine gunned and then struck twice with the mortars, which I guess saves the Jeep. Yeah. I guess do it. And then I think we have a question about whether it's like... whether it is necessary to leave these guys back here to play defense. My guess is no. Setting up for... yeah, it's not going to be meaningful to actually fight here. Not with this thing. Alright. My guess is we're going to have to just take this one over from the beginning and not have all of our stuff get blown up. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, we're gonna... I'm just like not even paying attention. I'm just ending the turn with things still active, and because I'm paying attention to small portions of the battlefield rather than the whole battlefield. Alright, we're gonna do... I think I like this. This is very threatening. And maybe we just keep the two tanks together and use them to locally overwhelm any problem they run into. I think I'm gonna take a very similar loadout here. I think it is at least theoretically possible that one of these anti-tank Jeeps is usable. We might be able to get something done with one of them. And then, honestly, the helicopter just does not feel very useful. I think we're not going to bother with the helicopter. And if they're going to be super heavy on mortars, probably we limit the number of vehicles we bring that aren't armored, right? As if you needed more things to make it wrong to bring infantry or anything that doesn't have armor. Alright, so... maybe we do need to put a little bit of pressure out over here. You should have a, yeah, pretty clean shot from there. So these are the short-range kind of mortars. The enemy mortars, I mean. We can probably work with that. What do I want to do with you? I kind of want to get a mortar crew into the trees down here. But I'm a little leery of advancing too far on this side. Cool. Just drove right into that. How do we want to handle this? So, I mean... That's pretty straightforward. Do we want to deploy guys out of these? I don't think so. Let's grab that. Yeah, just do this. I'm gonna drive the tank back around here and be a threat over there. Alright. I had no doubt that that was not going to be max damage, because of course not. And then... With this having resolved so quickly because they just drove into us for no reason, I'm thinking we maybe want to turn this part of the plan around. Alright, I think, much like last time, I will use a single unit of infantry to cap there. We'll keep the tanks together, and we will be more careful. I think I'm just going to go ahead and set you up right now. You have a nice long line of sight here. I will say that the change to make it so treaded vehicles are faster on roads is probably a really good one, because the game biases so heavily toward treaded vehicles that without that, the roads don't matter. Like, the fact that a Jeep goes faster on roads is very whatever most of the time. You're probably good right where you are. Do we even want to... There's a couple of different ways we can handle this, obviously. It's hard to know exactly what this guy's going to do. I'm wondering if the right move is just rush him and fire 2 moving heat rounds. The numbers on that are pretty favorable, but there is, of course, the risk of rolling 1-1 or 1-2. I'm going to go for it. It shouldn't... It's quite likely that this will work between the two of them. Yeah, because now you just need to roll... You can even roll low. Just not minimum. Alright, and then we probably don't actually have to fight this thing. I'm going to back off and go around. I guess I could have moved here safely. And I am not in a huge hurry, I think. That said, this is safe. And we do need to move up. This is too risky, probably. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to open fire, and then deploy a couple of rifle teams into the woods, and let's get vision and start figuring this out. Am I going to leave the crossover space empty? Maybe? Hold on. I don't actually have to make this decision yet. Let's roll you forward. We know that there will be vehicles over here. Is that... What is going on here? So this is bad. One of these assault gun vehicles is a real threat. And the only way we're going to be able to do anything about it is overwhelming it with just a huge number of total units. Alright, I'm gonna roll this guy through here. Okay. So I can go here and try to set up. Does he... It's guaranteed 1 damage if he moves? That's real scary, actually. Because he can roll up, shoot us on the move once, then we hit setup, then he shoots one more time and could potentially kill us from full health before we're allowed to fire a single shot. Setup units are bad. They have a lot of bad qualities. There's probably no good reason for this thing to be armored. That's probably... I might go so far as to call it an error in the design. Really, really restricts your methods of dealing with it. Okay, I'm going to roll you through to here. And we're just going to go ahead and deploy. We know that truck's coming down from up here is why I did it this way. My guess is that these guys will never be in range of either of these vehicles. But, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. Let's see what they do. Because if he doesn't rush us immediately, he's in real bad shape. Okay, he does rush us immediately. So we fall back instead of going for the kill. Alright, this was a questionable move in my opinion. Let's move you guys up to here. Deploy you guys there. Definitely want normal fire team here, anti-armor team in the trees. And then we should probably deploy this other team just because otherwise... I mean, that APC is going down, right? We can try to run just to draw the attention of the... Like, if we run to here... This tank almost certainly shoots this way, meaning that it will not really do anything of value. Or we could run this way and just have the APC alive for intimidating enemy infantry, which is probably better. It's tough because if we don't let the tank shoot at this thing, it's going to shoot this one and probably kill it. Right? Because it's 60% of the damage range of a standing heat round is instantly lethal. So I think I am gonna make the sacrifice play here. Yeah, get down like that. And I may as well take the shot. I mean, no, I'm gonna move and then I'm gonna move and not take the shot. That's what I'm gonna do. You're just gonna go hard for this. You're going to back off. You are effective bait. That's all we can really ask of you. Alright, over here we know there's this truck coming. Yeah, I mean, if this thing doesn't move before firing, it's for sure dead. It's like the deadest. It's the deadest vehicle we've ever seen. And I think I just roll this Jeep back outside of mortar range. Don't see a reason to do anything otherwise, or do anything else. And you help press this way. You know what? I should have put this guy back in, the APC. Well, at least we know that he's going to be the target of the mortar, and it's probably... The loss of this unit probably doesn't mean anything to us at all. If I could take the APCs with 3 normal rifle teams in them, I would. So, I'm not too concerned about the loss of this unit, and it will keep the enemy occupied. Oh, interesting choice. Like, super wrong, right? Definitely the wrong move. Kind of a wild decision, honestly. So, you know... Probably not a big surprise what we're going to do here. I guess the only question is... No, never mind. I was going to say, maybe it's right to do mortar stuff, but we don't have anybody else who can deliver that last hit. Okay, so... That was very, very lucky, and I'm overjoyed about it. We expect that there will be another tank over here, probably. So I don't really know how I want to deal with that. Let's go back and scoop some guys up to bring them over to it, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna move back here, pick up you and you. And the reason I did that way is so that next turn these guys can jump in and then we can move forward. It's a little unintuitive. Alright, we'll do this just to be a threat to this thing. I don't necessarily expect it to stick around. Hey, look at that. We got lucky. I do love to get lucky. I think we're just going to leave those guys right there, because in this case, because I don't think they will get to the battle in time for their positioning to matter. You guys just walk forward, I suppose. I don't want to move forward because we have future sight cheats and we know that they have stuff waiting for us up there. Okay, we'll roll you forward. And then... Do we just deploy the mortar? I'm going to deploy the mortar team onto the space and then run. Yeah, this stuff doesn't look too healthy. Whatever happened here, it looks like it was pretty gross. Alright, so we got 3 turns to complete this before reinforcements show up. It's not necessarily undoable. Alright, so my dude here is living in an absolute panic. I should have done that first, because if that hits, then the right thing to do is have him load into the APC. That was a screw-up. Alright, you guys can load in here. This Jeep is now the potential sacrifice scout Jeep over here. Who do we want to load into this last spot? I guess there's no reason for it not to be you. You guys follow up. Everybody keep pressing forward. Let's see. I'm a little nervous about having it be a tank that goes around this corner first, just in case. Now that we know it looks pretty safe. We can do this. Okay, I'm doing a much better job of remembering to actually use all of my units this time. Aren't we all so proud of me? And we have no idea what will happen when they get to place the reinforcements, because they could place them like in any way at all, is what we've learned. If we finish off these guys, they lose their vision of us, right? Alright, scout APC, continue scouting. I mean, they'll still have vision of this on account of the gun, but it should make life a lot safer for some of our dudes on the approach. Alright, go find out. Oh. Okay. So we just win then, right? Yeah, I think this time we have just one, because they're not going to get their reinforcements before we hit the stuff. Unless they have some kind of hidden asset I've not seen. Oh, right, I did move something into the line of sight of that, didn't I? Okay. It turns out the strategy game is easier when you remember to give orders to your units. Who would have thought?
We ain't in Kansas anymore.
Sir, we were in Wisconsin?
Danny Portella is not cultured.
That was a quote, dumbass. What kind of uneducated rube hadn't seen Wizard of Oz?
Sorry, sir.
Look at this place. It's a goddamned hellhole. What kind of fucked up water is that?
I don't know, sir.
I didn't notice that there was, like, steam rising off of it before. Maybe it's just lava. I mean, no, if it was lava, we would be suffering some effects, probably.
Looks like transmission fluid a dog threw up.
Now see, Benjamin Dancer, this man is educated, obviously.
Your dog ever drink transmission fluid? Don't answer that. Keep moving.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I mean, this is weird. This is weird, and I dig weird. Deeper into the world that lies beyond the dark zones. Viewed document. Interesting. We're going to unlock ourselves some more supplementary materials. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is with these spaces in terms of rules. Are they supposed to be like fungal stalks, and maybe the reason the ground is in different colors because it's all like covered in spores? Man, maybe. I don't like that very much. That doesn't make me feel more confident. I think I like the idea of keeping the tanks together rather than having two relatively weak forces, having one that's like the source of our power and the other one sort of orbits around it. Let's go. Let's bring a mortar. We'll deploy these guys to right here. Wow, yeah, that's some unknown. 3 arbor. Dispersed swarm. Consumes infantry. Oh, hives. That's what it is. They're hive structures. That's not great. That's not ideal. That's not what you want. Okay, so I'm not going to be deploying a lot more vehicles northward. I don't think that it's a good idea to deploy a lot more vehicles northward. I'm going to put one thing up here because I want to try to take over the woods here. We may find out that we are not the first people to have that idea. I mean, we could just drive through real fast. Just, like, never stop moving. Yeah. Okay, we'll just put down guys all over the place. No helicopter, because I don't trust a helicopter in the face of... Oh, the swarms move. Well, okay then. That does clarify things somewhat. This is a real shame. There's no way to get to this space on the first turn. Alright. You can even see some of the hive structures in the trees and stuff. Things are beginning to make more sense to me. So we're gonna deploy you here. That's... okay, press the... Didn't do that the way I wanted to. Deploy. Okay. That makes life a lot easier. Yeah, right? This is aggressive, but I think it's okay. That makes it less okay. That affects the okayness of it. Alright, well, these guys can cap the point next turn. That's fine. Alright, you just go grab that, and then you keep moving. It says consume infantry, not... The Jeep's probably... It's not covered. My main concern is it's not covered. We'll find out, I guess. That seems bad, though. I'm real worried about the tank. I think the tank is a bad sign. Okay, we got super lucky on the damage. So... we're not even really in a position to threaten that tank in any way. Yeah, I'm changing up my strat a little bit here. So you... Boy, this is complicated. Me having moved this tank when I was trying to move the units on the tank, because I expected the game to know what I meant instead of just doing the thing I actually told it to do, complicates things. That makes things bad. We can roll this APC forward, deploy the smoke. Maybe. Here, let's do this. Let's get you out there. And then just roll forward to here. And I will consider deploying the smoke. Let's not commit to that just yet. because obviously this is also quite strong. So I need to free up this space. Or this space. One of you two's got to move. Alright, you just got to fall back. There's no two ways about this. And then if we got to come in like this, we kind of have to take the shot at him, I think. Fuck. Well, he's going to shoot at the tank, so this is probably perfectly safe now. You got to get... This is where we need to go. I'm just remembering that makes this unsafe. And yeah, pick up the point, would you? And then we're gonna drive the Jeep through the swarm and everything's fine. Oh hey, that's killed me. That has killed me. Well, this is gonna be one we're gonna have to redo, I'm pretty sure. So you can't stop a vehicle in a swarm space, which makes navigation over here a little awkward. I'm wondering if we drive this thing around and just try to, like, do work in the background. But no, I think we gotta come to the rescue here, because things are about to fall apart real bad. Fingers crossed on this tank's damage. Okay, we got lucky. I mean, we didn't get that lucky. The fact that he moved made that a more likely outcome. He shouldn't have moved. That was, like, objectively wrong. So, how are we gonna deal with that asshole? This is the kind of time where you want some mortars. But unfortunately, we are gonna have a hard time getting the mortars into a functional support position. So basically, we got a lot of stuff that's got to get moved. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run these guys out, have them start pushing across this distance. Then this APC falls back a little bit, which lets this guy with the mortar team move in. Mortars get to here and they're a threat. And yeah, that should work. Because that lets this tank move up. And... that's bad. I forgot to disengage the guys who should already be disengaged. Well, here's how we solve that. Now this tank is dead. And you just get the hell out of there. Here, take these guys on. And then this, I kind of don't want to move it this turn because it can't move forward safely, so I don't know, set up. This tank should be dead already, I'm screwing up all over the place. Alright, I think I do just move you forward. You're gonna get killed and it's whatever, you're kind of a useless unit anyway. Alright, you can move forward to here safely. You can be a threat to this truck. Okay, that complicates things slightly. I do really think it's only slightly, though. So all of a sudden, you can't be over here. Well, go scout for something else to do. Man, I hate how effective this guy is. I wish my units got time to set up. Yeah, we sort of just can't do anything for a while. We have a position that's going to be very hard for them to attack. Oh, right, it rolled the 2 damage. Ooh, I don't know if that was right. You should probably have moved your truck there, buddy. Alright, still can't move forward at all. Because the space is specially designed for our opponents. That's a tough one, man. You may as well also deploy infantry. And, like, there's no vehicles left, so all of a sudden this anti-armor team is just garbage. They sort of were already garbage, to be fair. Yeah, let's make this happen. Okay, we got a bunch of vehicles here, can't move yet. Once these guys move forward, we can move one of the tanks down to here, and then it can sweep over and attack in one turn. Still gotta get 1 damage on that thing somehow. But it at least gives us a way to push it. Unfortunately, it's going to be exceedingly difficult for us to not get... that's an interesting decision. It's going to be exceedingly difficult for us to not get slowed down to the degree that lets their reinforcements come in. Okay, so you guys can start on this. Fingers crossed. Nope. Alright, we got a lot of people who can keep moving forward. You guys do this. Tank moves to here. I guess we want the tanks forward as much as possible. Okay. And then we want to be cautious. Is there space in this APC? There's not. Alright. I'm not going to offload the mortar team yet. We're going to move up cautiously. Okay. That's acceptable. That's fine. I'm really bummed out about these guys not taking damage. Again, just like the amount of randomness is a little bit of a bummer. Like, we don't exactly know for sure that we would ever kill them with our mortar squad. They may never actually take damage from us. Alright, there we go. That's one. Let's keep moving forward over here. I'm gonna give those guys a little bit of a berth. All this stuff doesn't move. These guys move, though. And then it's like, do we let the mortar crew out? I think we let the mortar crew out. I think we do this. Mortar crew out. Tank or Jeep moves back a step. This will bait them forward to here, and then we'll just keep machine gunning them. But we are absolutely going to get the reinforcements, and we're just going to have to deal with them. And we did last time, right? Not on the last mission like this, but on the last time we had one of these missions where we waited for the reinforcements to show up. We were able to deal with them. It wasn't even a big deal. Alright, you just get back in the Jeep. And hold up. Alright. Okay, good to know about. That's a good thing to have seen ahead of time. Now, unfortunately, there's no way to get both of the tanks in position to be able to do the shot. Everything that can move and fire only has 3 movements, so... a little bit awkward. But hey, they've figured out... it's very contrived. They had to make a whole lot of features line up just right for it to be the case. But they have figured out a way to make me actually value infantry in a situation where we still have tanks left. I'm just gonna do this. We're on the clock. We gotta make things happen here. Alright, so one of the tanks is gonna roll forward this way for right now. Let's see. You get on here, you get on there. So you gotta be pretty careful about how we do this. But I'm gonna roll this guy to here and do the setup. Gosh, they sure do have some distance, huh? Alright, you are just waiting here to spring the trap. Don't know why these guys didn't move. They should definitely have moved. And then... So like you are right here, you can just start firing on that guy, right? Okay. Alright, problem solved. That's a problem. That's also a problem. That's a different problem. Can you make it? You can. Thank heavens for this road. Alright, so they're going to get to deploy next turn. Which is bad news. There's no two ways about that. That's bad news for us. Alright, you'll set up over there. Just follow up as fast as we can. So, we got here a more standard anti-armor team. They finally have guys who look a little bit different. I don't really know what we want to do about that. Maybe we just drive forward into it. That seems like a plan to me. Okay, they got a tank. So they haven't gotten their deployment yet, but they did just pull another tank out of their asses. And sadly, it's a tank in a position to get to do whatever it feels like doing. Yep, of course. Goes without saying. That's interesting. Consume infantry and ground vehicles. That's some kind of thing up there. So... I mean, these guys are just capping this point. They don't really have another role here. I mean, I'm going to set up, but it's not going to matter. We all know what's going to happen here. Sometimes when we baffle them with targets, they make a bad decision. Did they deploy already? They did deploy already, and we have no idea where that deployment happened. So we can't really make a lot of intelligent plans here. You guys definitely just keep moving forward. We're not deploying off the tank yet. I mean, I think we could move all the way up here. Am I allowed to... No, I am not allowed to smoke discharge with passengers. I think we're gonna discharge some passengers right now, just in case. I don't expect them to fire at us, but we are certainly a more interesting target if we're laden with free kills. In fact, I might offer this thing up as a sacrifice, basically. Let's just see if we can get him to shoot at anything that isn't the M151, and then if we can, that's pretty good for us. So this thing's killable, whatever it is. I'm gonna have this Jeep just like commit. We're going fast. I'm not going too close to those trees because I don't know yet, but we can at least threaten that point. Okay. That's pretty lucky. Okay, there's a whole bunch of this thing going on. It's hard for me to even tell, and we're not allowed to zoom in, unfortunately. It's a little hard for me to tell what that's supposed to look like. Alright, I need you to do a good job here. So let's see. Deploy you guys directly at the tank. If I don't kill it, at least they may. Well, this tank is dead. It's true, I could go after this thing, huh? Alright. Well, I am inclined to just hammer those dudes. Oh, hey, that's a problem. We haven't yet seen one of our mortars hit one of our own units, but I bet it can happen. So this kind of thing's always going to make me a little nervous. Alright, well we got a cap. That's a problem. It's in a place that's a problem. Okay, so they've deployed behind us again, which I was kind of expecting. As long as that thing doesn't uncap the point, I'm actually fine with that. Let's move you down here and roll minimum damage against this terrifying monster. Boy, yeah, how are we gonna... What's my play here? Well, let's try this. Okay, that's good news. I'm assuming it can't move into the trees, probably, given the size of it. And if these things are going to come up from behind and chase us, but not actually recap any of the points, then I think just moving a bunch of guys into the trees may mean that we're not beatable anymore. Okay, that's good. That's good luck. You're just gonna have to... Yeah. You can finish this off so we have another chance to potentially roll a 2. Nope. Do I want to leave you guys where you are? Maybe. There's a very small chance here that I deal damage to this thing. I did. I rolled max damage. I got the 1. So my feeling is that probably we are not meant to kill it based on the fact that it does not have visible health. Like you can mouse over and get the health, but you don't get the health for just like floating above it all the time. I'm going to leave you right where you are. And you guys move to here instead of jumping on a vehicle. So he's going to roll forward and eat this APC, right? I assume. Yeah, thought that might happen. They got 2 of those, huh? That's bad. That's bad news. That's one entire bad news. Yep, okay. Not a huge surprise there. I think... Shit. Hey, that's bad. You. Alright. Killed it, whatever the hell it is. Look at that. We're acting like the US Army already. Okay, we gotta get some more... There we go. Some more decent hits in. Hopefully there aren't too many more of these things around. And you can't do anything about this choppers, so... Yeah, I don't... Just keep running. Just everybody keep running for that last cap point, because otherwise we're going to be in a lot of trouble here. It's not even clear to me if they can recap them. Maybe they can't. Yeah, okay. He ended his turn in it and he can't recap it. So that certainly colors the way we treat this stuff. Oh, hey. I need you to not be there. Right, you guys gotta move forward once more before you're in range to do anything. You don't get to move anymore. But you can do... Oh, sorry, that's the yellow line. Yeah, it's showing me that that thing can harm me. Well, not a lot I can do about it. Did not roll through the armor. Okay, that is probably not actually very meaningful, but I sure did do it. I'm gonna get helicoptered to death in real short order here. Alright, did not break the armor again. You guys definitely gotta keep moving. It's gonna be a lot of machine gun fire, but it's that or the damn insects, and I think, boy, it's actually a tough call. Which one of those things would you rather be killed by? Alright, so the fact that they can't recap, I think, makes it pretty unlikely that they could stop us at this point. We just have too many bodies. And while it's going to be a minute before we're actually in range to use those bodies for anything, these guys are getting some real bad luck now. It's going to be a second before we're in range to use these bodies for anything. We are still approaching. We are inexorable, I might even say. I guess just keep working this thing. Maybe we can blow up a hive. That'd be fun. Ah, man. Again, like, we're actually seeing very, very bad damage numbers. If this thing only has 3 armor, then when we're stationary, most of our shots should deal damage. Right? When we roll 4, 5, or 6. So we rolled really well on that first move-up shot, and then really poorly on every shot after. I'd like to kill it. I would really like to kill it if we can. It's interesting that they're not moving forward more aggressively. Like, you would think it would have been safe for this guy to go to here and take a shot, right? He definitely had the movement left. Alright. On a 5 or a 6, we do destroy it. Hell yeah, take that, whatever your deal is. Okay, so we're starting to understand the concerns that our foes here, that they have. It's definitely a non-optimal Earth.
Well, I'll be more fucked than an Amsterdam whorehouse on discount day.
Do you think... people don't fuck the house, do they? I've never been to Amsterdam, I guess.
Quit wheezing, Trooper. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'll be damned if we act like it.
Fuck. No wonder they want to come here so bad. Their whole world's gone to shit.
Likely ours will too if we don't act fast. Put me through to command. They need to hear about this ASAP. No way we're gonna let those things through.
Chapter 5, Invasive Organisms. We have captured some enemy documents here. Invasive, self-replicating organisms are non-organic life forms that invade and contaminate the environment around them. They can quickly spread over a wide area, especially in sunny conditions. ISRO are formed from mineral metallic compounds. They're not bugs, they're like gray goo, maybe. They are very dangerous because they can easily penetrate and destroy organic matter and contain chemicals that are highly toxic. This chapter will describe how to neutralize infestations via SRO so they do not interfere with military operations. So is that an excerpt of a larger document that I captured? Or no, it looks like maybe that was the whole thing. Thanks to the information gathered by D-Troop and other parties, Military Command discovers that the cause of the alternate Earth's ruin is a highly infectious organism, one that could easily spread to this world. With the arrival of reinforcements from the 2nd Armored Division from Fort Hood, the Army regroups for a massive assault. Okay, yeah, that was in fact that whole document. Well, that's terrifying. Alright, that's probably where we're going to have to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. That's some very unnerving information. When you come back next time tomorrow, I suspect we shall continue to be unnerved. And we'll see you then.